Beautiful people, welcome to another stream. How's everybody doing today? We are here afternoon stream. While we wait to see who's going to get first in chat today, I'm going to go ahead and pull up comments. Today we're going to be talking about one day at a time. One day at a time. Kate is first in chat. What's up, Kate? So one day at a time, guys. That
Where the
is the
fuck did my
topic.
pan go?
That is the topic of today's stream. What was that? Do I have a video playing? Did anybody else hear that? What the hell was that? That scared me a little bit. All right. Anyway, what is up, Mint? What's up, Madison? Madison, how are you doing? I love you. Truth, welcome. Let me see if I've got a video play. It was an ad for our music today. Okay, that makes sense. That scared the crap out of me. Jesus Christ. What's up, Ivan? What's up, Andrews? What's up, Sherry? Welcome, guys. Third, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth. Sixth, actually. That was weird. Yes, I heard that. Yeah, I had a video playing. In the background. So don't freak out. It scared me a little bit, too, for a second there. I was like, what is going on? We're getting some interference here, but I had a video playing in the background, so glad I caught that. What's up, Travis? Welcome to the stream, dude. How are you doing? Barbara, Jay, what is up? Welcome, Ghost. Welcome. I scared myself and scared everybody in chat a little bit, so it's okay. I'm doing good, Ghost. How are you doing? That was weird. Aliens. It's not aliens, guys, I promise. It's not aliens. That was freaky. How are you doing today, Mint? So we are going to be talking about one day at a time today, guys, because I'm noticing a bit of a trend, and anytime I notice trends, I want to address it. Anytime I notice trends in my community, I want to address it. I'm noticing that people are putting themselves on a bit of a time frame, on a bit of a scale, right? We kind of want to drop this. We're going to talk about that today. The other day we talked about the varying degrees of sensitization, right? We talked about how you can be severely sensitized, you can be mildly sensitized, which is somewhere in the middle, moderately, whatever. And then the point of that stream, right? The point of that stream, once we got to the end of it, was that it does not matter, okay? So we're going to elaborate on that a little bit more today and talk about how people put themselves on time frames, right? Time frames, timelines, so forth and so on. We're going to be talking about that today, and we're going to be talking about how we need, right, if we're going to go at this the right way, we need to take it one day at a time. We're going to talk about why that's important, and we're going to talk about how you can do that. You play PS5. I do not have a PS5. I got a PS4, but I haven't turned it on in a very, very long time. It's pretty much a dust collector. Actually, I take that back. I did play some Life is Strange on the PS4 recently. As far as gaming goes, I'm normally all about the PC gaming. I've been hoping for a stream today, been fighting that fight all day, the only one I'm allowed to fight. Now I'm worn out and confused, but trying to remain on track. Well, we're going to talk about some things today, Mint, that might clear that up for you. I'm on my 16-day cold turkey from nicotine. That's nice, Andrews. Congrats, dude. Since I've been nicotine-free, I've felt awful, but it's getting better. Stranger still, my anxiety drops. So some people say that nicotine can increase their anxiety. Some people say the opposite. I believe it's more of a mindset personally, but at the same time, there's no doubting that cutting back or quitting, like you have done with your habit, is an excellent thing, and I applaud you for that. Seriously. AC, what is up? Eclipse, what is up? We got a full chat already today. We had a video playing in the background that gave the chat a little scare there. They thought the aliens were coming for us. I did too for a second. I don't know why it automatically started playing like that. All right, guys. All right, ladies and gents, since the chat is already full, let me make sure I'm situated. And then we'll get started. All right, beautiful people. So, what are we going to be talking about today? We're going to be talking about one day at a time. Now, the other day, like I said, we talked about different stages of sensitization. And the reason I made that stream was for one reason and one reason only. I didn't want someone who was full-blown sensitized, bottom of the barrel, talking to somebody who was still a bit sensitized and had some work to do, and these two people be communicating, and the one who's full-blown sensitized is freaking the one out who's almost quite there, quite healed, right? I wanted people to understand that, yes, there can be varying degrees of sensitization. It can be sort of up and down. And I wanted people to also understand that it doesn't matter because the advice never changes, right? It's always going to be about that accepting inner voice. It's always going to be about thoughts and feelings are coming from anxiety. Anxiety wants you to get worried over these thoughts and feelings. If you do start getting up here and blah, 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 with the worry, anxiety wins. You keep sending the danger signals. That's what it's always going to come down to, right? So we went over varying degrees of sensitization. Then we finally came to the conclusion that it did not matter because the advice does not change. Now today we're going to be elaborating a little bit on that. We're going to be talking about time frames. People love, okay, this is a trend. People absolutely love applying time frames to themselves. You wouldn't believe how many times I've been approached with the question, how long does it take? You wouldn't believe how many times I've been approached with the question, or with the statement rather, oh, Wonder Bro, I've been at this for this many days, weeks, months, whatever. People are absolutely, not everybody, but most people are absolutely consumed by time frames. I think it's just a human condition. You want to put yourself on a time frame. And it's just it's a very stressful thing to do, especially when we're talking about anxiety. If you want to make recovery simple, right, and there's no reason that it doesn't need to be simple. If you want to make recovery simple, you have to take it one day at a time. There are ups and downs in recovery. Some days your anxiety decides to act up and be a little bitch. Some days it decides not to. Some days it decides to be somewhere in the middle. Either way, as long as you're applying the advice, you are retraining those pathways in your brain, right? So it doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't matter. If you want to make recovery simple, you have to take it one day at a time. So, for example, let's say you've been at this recovery thing for, I don't know, 2 weeks now, and then you wake up tomorrow and you had a day where anxiety wasn't really present, right? You had a day the day beforehand where anxiety really wasn't that present. Nothing was really popping off. It was a pretty good day. Your work had been paying off, so to speak, right? But then you wake up the next day and anxiety's through the roof. This becomes a problem only if you get up in your head and start saying things like, oh man, yesterday I did so good and now I'm feeling bad today. So you're looking at anxiety like a bad thing. You're looking at the past, you're comparing yourself to the past, you're looking at the future, oh, how long is this going to be? All of these are very stressful forms of resistance that is telling your brain danger, danger, danger. Right? This is the nature of anxiety. Your work can be paying off, and you can have a good day where anxiety is not really present, and then it can come and slap you in the mouth tomorrow. But as long as you look at that as an opportunity and you say, okay, this is normal. This is normal. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm doing anything wrong. I've just got more pathways to retrain. I'm not going to think about how yesterday anxiety wasn't here and now it's here and I'm mad about that. I'm not going to think about how, oh, okay, well, I'm anxious today. Well, I wonder how many times I'm going to have to do this in the future. We don't look towards past or future when it comes to retraining the pathways in the brain. During recovery, and this is why we talk about ups and downs so much, sometimes the anxiety is there, sometimes it's not. During recovery, we look forward to the opportunity to retrain these pathways, right? Instead of the resistance, instead of the dread, instead of the worry, right? We don't go comparing to the past. We don't go looking towards the future. We take it one day at a time. So yesterday, my work had been paying off. I got a day where anxiety, those pathways were not really popping off. Today they decide to pop off. Something triggered me, whatever, right? That's just how it is. I'm going to approach today with the accepting attitude. Put in some more work. Do some more retraining. I'm not going to get all upset about how, oh, yesterday this and yesterday that, or last week this or last week that. I'm not going to get all worried and concerned about, oh, future this and future that and timeline this and timeline that. I'm going to take each day as it comes. So if yesterday my work had been paying off and I felt really good, and now today the pathways are boom, 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 I'm just going to simply look at that as an opportunity to continue retraining. I'm not going to compare to yesterday. I'm not going to look to the future. Today is what today is. And if today all these pathways in my brain decide to pop off, well, then so be it. We're going to do some retraining. We're going to do some retraining. We're going to use that accepting inner voice. The feelings are there. I'm going to give myself some accepting inner voice talk. Hey, you can stay as long as you would like. I can take this hit, right? Maybe a triggering thought comes. Hey, it is what it is. Not going to try to figure that out. Going to show my brain that's not a real danger. Just going to roll with these thoughts and feelings. See, this is examples of the accepting inner voice. Once you give yourself that accepting inner voice, we go and we live the day. We be as productive as we can be, right? And then the next time those thoughts and feelings grab your attention again and you want to worry, we're going to use some more accepting inner voice. We're going to go back to living the day, right? This is retraining. This is showing the brain that these thoughts and feelings are okay. There's no real danger. You're not sending the signal, the message of, oh God, this is a problem anymore, right? So again, one day at a time is the best way to take it. Yesterday, maybe those pathways didn't decide to pop off. Yesterday, maybe you weren't so triggered. But maybe today they did decide to pop off. We're going to look forward to the opportunity. We're going to take advantage of the opportunity. And we're going to treat each day as its own. We're no longer comparing the past with the present. We're no longer looking to the future and trying to figure it out. We're taking each day as it comes. We're not breaking out a pie chart. Too many people are breaking out a pie chart and they're saying, okay, well, yesterday the anxiety was not there. Today it was present, which means I've got an 18.4% chance of success today. And if I compare today with 2 weeks ago and a week ago, then my pie chart tells me that I've got a 16.8% chance of success today. Bullshit. That is stupid. It's stupid. You can't do that. You can't do that. When we're talking about retraining pathways in the brain, it might decide to pop off today where it didn't decide to do that yesterday. And the two have nothing to do with each other. It has nothing to do with each other. Your tomorrow might be that anxiety decides to not pop those pathways off. And that's why we talk about anxiety being up and down during recovery. Your today, it might decide to pop off. All of that is irrelevant. You take each day as it is. If anxiety is turned on, which means you're experiencing a ton of symptoms and intrusive thoughts, it's time to do the work. If it's not turned on, so be it. Congrats. Enjoy it. Right? But they're not connected. They're not connected in any way, shape, or form. Just because it decided not to turn on yesterday, or maybe just very mildly, but it decided to hit the fucking switch today, the two have nothing to do with each other. It has nothing to do with each other whatsoever. And if you get in your head and start comparing yesterday with today, we're wasting our time and we're sending more messages of resistance. We're telling the brain, problem, problem, problem. Right? But if you make it really simple on yourself and look at each day as its own day, okay, today, I'm triggered. Today, anxiety's flipped on. Got a bunch of intrusive thoughts. Things are causing a reaction left and right. Got a bunch of symptoms, but I'm going to put in the work today. I'm not comparing to yesterday. I'm not asking the question of when tomorrow. I'm in this moment, and in this moment, what this moment requires is for me to practice my accepting inner voice and to do some work. We're not looking at the past. We're not looking at the future. We just know that in this moment, it's time to do work. That's it. We're not looking anywhere else but right here. In this moment, there is time to do work. In this moment, I am triggered. In this moment, that old triggering thought is there. Wants me to fight with it. In this moment, symptoms are high. In this moment, I've got work to do. There is no pie charts. There's no comparison of yesterday. There's no saying, and I'm not dropping names. I'm sure you'll watch this eventually. I love you like a brother. But, dude, you got to stop saying to yourself, well, I can make it 3 days or I can make it 8 days. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. Throw that junk out the window, man. That's the steamiest pile of horse shit, right? Each day is its own. Each day is its own. The pathways deciding when and how to pop off during recovery are not connected. with anything. It's not important. Trying to make that connection's not important. In this moment, you're either triggered or you're not triggered. In this moment, anxiety is either flipped on or it's flipped off, right? If it's flipped on, you've got some work to do with the accepting inner voice, right? And living life. If it's flipped off, enjoy it. Don't go any further than that. Stop. Don't go any further than that. You don't need to take it any further than that. Stop trying to connect the dots, man. You're not connecting any dots. There's no dots to connect. Either anxiety's turned on and it's time to put in work, or it's not. Enjoy it, right? That's it. That's all there is to the equation. When you start trying to make it more than that, man, you're confusing yourself. When you start trying to make it more than that and you start breaking out the pie charts, man, we are wasting our time. It's so unneeded. It's so stressful. So stressful. We're trying to get you to de-stress. How do you think, how stressful to the brain do you think that it is when you're obsessing about days and hours and minutes and trying to connect the dots like MacGyver? How stressful do you think that is? I'm going to answer that for you. It's very stressful, right? Look at it like this from now on. Either anxiety is turned on and it's time to put in work, or it's not and we're going to enjoy it, right? That's all it needs to be. There doesn't need to be any pie charts outside of that. There doesn't need to be any connecting of the dots outside of that. Either it's turned on and it's time to do the work, or it's turned off and enjoy it, right? Doesn't that sound so much more simple? Oh, isn't that sweet how simple that is? Either I'm triggered and it's time to do the work, or I'm not triggered and I can just enjoy it. I don't have to connect any dots. Right? There's no dots that need to be connected. Isn't that so much more simple, right? And shouldn't we be actively trying to make it simple? I think we should. I think we should. The whole obsession thing, the whole worry thing is what got you here to begin with. So why make recovery into another obsession, right? Doesn't need to be that way. Shouldn't be that way, okay? Doesn't need to be that way. Shouldn't be that way. So that is the point of today's stream, man. Just one day at a time. One day at a time. Either I'm triggered and it's time to use the accepting inner voice and accept these thoughts and feelings instead of mentally worrying about them and live my life, or I'm not triggered and I can just enjoy picking my nose. That's all it needs to be. That's all it needs to come down to. There doesn't need to be this mad scientist recipe where we're trying to, try to figure it all out and connect the dots and think about what happened 2 weeks ago with my anxiety and what's going to happen in the future. All of this needs to take a back seat, man. It's either it's turned on and it's time to put in the work, or it's turned off and enjoy it. That's it. That's it. Throw all this other obsession out the window. You're making it so much more complicated than it needs to be. And the whole point of recovery is to get you to stop the worry. Well, it's just another form of worry when you sit around and try to connect the dots. That's just another form. You're not going to get away with it, I promise. If you're sitting around obsessing about and worrying about recovery and comparing past with future, right? That's just another form of worry. You're not going to pull the wool over your anxiety's eyes. It's going to see that. It's going to see that you're worried about something. It doesn't care what about. It's still going to take that as a danger, right? It's still going to say, okay, they're worried about something, right? So you can't get away with it. Some people think you can get away with it. Well, Wonder Bro, I'm not worried. I'm working on the worry about my symptoms and my intrusive thoughts, but I'm spending a lot of time obsessing and worrying about recovery. But that's different. It's okay. I can get away with that. I can get away with that worry. I'm working on the worry over my symptoms and my intrusive thoughts, but 99% of the time I'm just worried about recovery itself. But that's fine. I can get away with that. Don't worry about that. No, you can't. You can't get away with that. The worry about recovery itself is still worry. The worry about time frames and yesterday and tomorrow is still too much. It's still too much worry. It's still too much obsession. It's still too many signals of I'm in trouble, right? I'm glad you're working on cutting the worry over the thoughts and feelings. Congrats. Pat yourself on the back. Huge step in the right direction. But if you're still worried over recovery itself and you got the charts out and you're doing past and future comparison, right? You can't get away with that. It's going to cause you to feel stressed, right? And I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. So let's take it one day at a time, make it way more simple on ourselves, right? Let's do this. Don't compare past. Don't look for future. All right? Either you're triggered and it's time to do the work, or you're not. So if you're triggered and you're doing the work, don't start obsessing about, oh crap, I wasn't triggered 3 days ago. Why again today? You're going too far, right? So, that was the point of today's stream, you guys. I love you so much. Where'd that come from? I don't know. Wait, we got some more. Disgusting. If you enjoyed today's stream, imagine being a new person here and not knowing how I operate and watching all that, and then I just finish it with a big disgusting burp. They're probably thinking, who the fuck is this guy? If you enjoyed today's stream, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I promise we don't bite here. We're going to move on over to the post stream. Hang out with chat a little bit, read some comments. I hope you guys are having a great day. Good stream today, guys. I got a little bit heated there, but don't mistake me being heated for anger or something. It's passion, dude. It's passion. I want to see you guys succeed. That's all it comes down to, all right? Ooh, that music was really loud. I'm not feeling chill, lo-fi mood today. Let's get some actual music in here. I think Maddie compares it to elevator music. So we're going to try some new music today. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Maybe not new music because we have to use the same playlist over and over, but... All right, let's see here. We got a $5 tip from Kay. Kay, thank you so much for the $5 tip. We are on an 85-day streak. Man, you guys are just fucking amazing for that. I can't express how thankful I am for the fact that we are on an 85-day streak. Thank you so much, guys. Let's see. Who do we have in chat? Spot on advice today. I appreciate that, Barbara. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hope you're doing good today, Truth. Sucks because I really worked on it. Yep, you got to throw it in the trash, Kate. Throw the pie chart in the trash. We don't need it. Don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate you spreading that word, Kate. It really does help me out. This is super important. Hold on. I missed some. I love you, brother. Love you too, Ghost. This is super important in my opinion. It was the first thing I managed to practice pretty consistently, and only that has made a huge difference. Yes, absolutely. Dropping the storyline of yesterday, last week, and yeah. Drop all that. It's not needed, man. It's just more obsession. You're absolutely right, man. We'd make good movie makers. You would make good film directors, but as far as fighting with your thoughts and feelings, you're not going to get very far. I create stories for a living. Hey, you know, it's just a habit. It's just a habit. And I know it's not the easiest habit in the world to break, but it is just a habit at the end of the day. We try to make this simple, because I know it doesn't feel simple, but we're trying to make it simple because it should be. It should be. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be made into... you know, something that you're obsessing over every little detail of it, right? That's just more obsession, man, and that's what we're trying to cut back on. We're trying to use the accepting inner voice, just go with the flow of these thoughts and feelings and not log into so much obsession and worry over them. So, like I said, some people think they can get away with the obsession over recovery itself, but it's still obsession. It's still a form of worry in itself. It's still very much a form of worry in itself. Don't let the sun go down. I know it can feel intense, man. I know you got your moments, right? I know the symptoms can be weird. I know they can be intense. I know they can be strong. I know the intrusive thoughts can seem real. I know all of this, right? I know all of this, but I'm telling you, even though it feels anything but simple. I get that it feels anything but simple. The process is simple. The process couldn't be any more simple. You've got anxiety popping off, false alarm, right? Accept the thoughts and feelings. Accepting inner voice is what Dr. Claire Weeks called it. And live your life. Let it happen. See it right through. She also said that, right? So I understand it feels anything but simple, but the process absolutely is simple. Really enjoyed this stream. I appreciate that, Kate. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How's that old saying go, Sherry? Worry pretends to be useful, but it's anything but. It's anything but useful. It pretends to be useful. It pretends to be useful, but we got to level with ourselves and seriously look in the mirror and ask ourselves, what are you accomplishing? Right? I know it sounds cliche, but you got to look in the mirror and say, what are you accomplishing? First time being in the stream, welcome. P.S. I hope you really don't think I had a pie chart. No, I didn't think you really had a pie chart, but I'm sure somebody does. So maybe it's actually in the trash. We can hope. We can hope. One of my favorite playlists. I love this playlist. How's that old saying go? Where he's like a rocking chair or something? I don't know. I've read it a million times. Where he's like a rocking chair, gives you something to do, but you don't actually get anywhere. Just kind of back and forth. I love that. It's so cliche, but I love that. It's so true. It's so true, man. And you forget that in the moment, but it's so, so true. Let's get some links going. Let's get some links going. You want to join us over on the chat? All you got to do is click that link. Thank God the snow has stopped here. Sure isn't useful now. Never was, but definitely not now, Sherry. It's so futile. It's so futile. I understand, though. I understand that it's a very addicting habit. Wonder, bro, you've been helping me a lot. I appreciate it, my guy. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Keep it up, man. Believe it's the first time I've seen you comment on the streams. Welcome. Good stream today, guys. Good stream. Tim, man. Tim, thank you for the $10 Cash App. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, thank you. Let's give a shout out to Tim in the chat. Tim and Kay, thank you, guys. Let's get some emojis going, man. We should always show our tippers a ton of love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, beautiful people. 85-day streak, absolutely insane. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I can only hope that I return it with good quality streams. Mother-in-law said I was the old lady that sat by the well saying if she had kids, they could fall in the well. Good comparison. Thank you so much for that, Tim. I've been a subscriber for a while now, just coming out of my shell. I got to show my appreciation. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. So much love today. I love it. Keep it up, Tim. Keep it up. Everybody in chat, man, keep it up. One day at a time. One day at a time, guys. One day at a time. One day at a time. Handle your shit one day at a time. Don't make it any more complicated than that. Your streams are great reminders. I appreciate that, Tim. Thank you again. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Let's get that emoji love, man, for our tippers. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it, chat. I want to see it. I want to see it. If I don't see it, we're just going to end here. If we can't show love to our tippers, man, we're just going to turn it off. We're just going to turn it off, man. Come on, let's get some love going. It takes 2 seconds. I go down the rabbit hole and pop up on your streams to get some motivation. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. That is what I'm here for. That is what I'm here for. Thank you, Mint, for showing some love. I appreciate you. Buffering. Somebody said buffering. Are we buffering for anybody else? Or are we good? Thank you for that, Eclipse. Thank you, thank you. Only takes 2 seconds to show some gratitude. And it feels good, man. It feels good to show gratitude. It's a good practice. It's a good practice. Some people probably wonder why I'm so pushy about that, but I don't know. People do that out of the kindness of their own heart. They don't have to do that, and they still do it. So I guess that's why I'm a little pushy about it. Showing some love. Actually, it takes about 4 hours, Kate, but I'm kidding. I get what you're saying. Plugging it up takes 2 seconds. There you go. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just being a little bit of a smartass. I think I'm like 30 seconds behind, but it says I'm live. I believe you can tap on the isn't there a live button? I don't know. I never watch my own streams, obviously, but I think there's a live button that catches you immediately back up, like you don't even have to worry about scrolling through. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Wow, sassy. No, I got you. I got what you're saying, Kate. I'm just being sassy. That's what me and Kate do. That's our thing. Morning anxiety is so common, Ivan. I'm pretty sure everybody in chat or anybody who's ever been there has experienced morning anxiety. The advice doesn't change. If you're wondering if the advice changes, absolutely not. But I'm pretty sure anybody who's ever been there has experienced morning anxiety. At least once. Very common occurrence. Yeah, it's super common, truth. But hey, that is the good news. The advice doesn't change. The advice never changes, regardless. Like I know it's common. Like people want to know, is there something particular I should be doing about this particular anxiety symptom, or there's this particular time of day or this particular thought, and we're like, no, absolutely not. In fact, I probably get that more than anything else. People wondering if there's like something different. There's never anything different when it comes to anxiety and these thoughts and feelings that anxiety produces. There's never anything different. There's never a different way to tackle it. It's all the same. It's all the same. If you send the message of this shouldn't be happening and I don't want this to happen and danger, 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 then that's what we've got to change. Accepting inner voice instead, right? Live your life. That advice at its core will never change when we're talking about anxiety. Sam, thank you so much for the $5 Cash App, my guy. I appreciate you. Show Sam some love. $10.5, man. 10.5 right around the corner, man. Right around the corner. I can feel it. I love it, Kate. Love it. But yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you, Mint. If there's anyone new, which, by the way, if you are new here, do not feel overwhelmed at the amount of streams that we have. We do try to do daily streams, but the advice doesn't change. We talk about different topics sometimes. We word it in many different ways just to try to get the message across to everybody. But don't feel overwhelmed by the amount of streams. It's the same core message, really, at the end of the day. So don't feel overwhelmed by that. You click on any of my recent streams, really, and you're going to find that the message is the same. We want to work on that accepting inner voice instead of the oh no, oh shit, danger signal, fighting with those thoughts and feelings. And we want to live our lives. That's the two main keys right there. So core message is always going to remain the same. Don't feel overwhelmed by the amount of streams that you might see on this channel. All the same message at the end of the day. Well, fear of change, yeah, Arnold. One could say that that is a pretty big common trait amongst people that are worriers. Fear of change, because I mean, the worry starts up. I don't think it'll be long for you now, Truth. Where we've got you on the right track finally. Yeah, I don't think it'll be long for you. You'll be able to sit and watch TV. It's a good way to put it, Kate. It's kind of like making decisions for yourself now. And nobody can tell you what steps to take, Arnold. That's going to be completely up to you. But if you do it for yourself, great. Whatever you decide, we got your back. I always tell people you're allowed to go at your own pace, but make sure you're practicing that, the core message here. Is it normal to feel drained from first fear? Well, acceptance in itself, right? So if you're practicing that accepting inner voice, you're allowing the thoughts and feelings without attaching the worry to them, right? Accepting inner voice. If you're actually practicing that and living your life, that can make you feel tired. Yes, that can make you feel tired. That can make you feel a bit exhausted. You're trying something new, right? You're putting in the work. Either way, it's a draining sort of experience at times. But as you heal, you may see that you start needing more and more sleep, right? Very normal, or your sleep starts to return to normal. That's basically what we talked about, Derek, today. We don't look at past. We don't look at future, right? When those pathways decide to pop off, then you either are putting in the work or you're not putting in the work. But we don't compare to yesterday. We don't compare to the days to come. We don't do any of that. Absolutely, Tony. Absolutely. Absolutely. Best comment of the day right there. Best comment of the day. I almost feel unlike myself. Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it, dude. You've been on the second fear approach for so long, right? Like, you've been fighting with every thought and feeling for so long, and when you start really practicing that acceptance, you're probably not going to feel much like yourself, because for so long you've been this person who is just obsessed with these thoughts, obsessed with these feelings, worry, worry, worry. So when you first actually start applying acceptance, you probably won't feel much like yourself, and that's fine. That's fine. It'll become your new norm before long, though. And trust me, it's a much better norm to have. But congrats on the success, D-Nun. Hey, recovery comes to those people who put in a real effort. I'm just going to be straight with you. Recovery comes to people that put in a real effort. If you're dealing with anxiety symptoms and thoughts and you're not practicing that accepting inner voice, there is no mention of accepting inner voice anywhere, you cannot complain. Okay? Because you're getting exactly what you're asking for. So when those thoughts and feelings are there and you are practicing that accepting inner voice, even if you don't get instant progress, but you are practicing that accepting inner voice, little short reminders to yourself instead of fighting with the thoughts and feelings, you are doing that, then congrats. But if you're not doing that, we cannot say, oh, sorry about your luck. We can say, however, well, you're getting the results of what you're doing. So it does take a lot of being honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. That might sound a bit harsh in a way, but I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth. Absolutely, Tony. Absolutely. A lot of people are kind of in like the information phase, right? Like they're taking in the information, we're not exactly applying it. So strong thoughts and feelings come, there's no mention of any accepting inner voice, and it's just totally doing the same thing over and over again. So if you're kind of stuck in that information phase, it's time to be honest with yourself, right? Hope you're doing well, Tony. For me. You meant the world to me. David S. David S. Thank you so. I don't want to say your full last name, but David S. Thank you so much for the $5 tip. I appreciate you. Show some love. Show some love. Always loving the vibe in the chat. Great place to be, man. Love it, Tony. Love it, dude. You got the right idea. Hey, you can still be living your life, Derek, but if you're up in your head fighting with your thoughts and feelings with all that negative inner voice, you know, you get the feelings, you're like, oh God, I don't want to feel this. How long is it going to take for me to recover? Or you get an intrusive thought and you're like, oh God, you know, I don't want that thing to happen. Let me try to figure that out. You know, you can live your life all you want, but if there's still a fight going on with the thoughts and feelings, we've got to change that. That's why we've got two main keys. Two main keys for a reason. These thoughts and feelings come, you need that accepting inner voice. You need to catch the worry, turn it into that accepting inner voice, and live your life. Two main keys for a reason, not just one. Hey, you gotta take responsibility, Ivan. You can't go pointing fingers. You gotta take responsibility for the bad habits that you picked up, right? Well, once you take that responsibility, then you've got back your power. You can now decide what you want to do with it. Believe me, you know, for the longest time I was pointing fingers. Absolutely, Kay. Absolutely. Much love right back at you, Sherry. And look at all the amazing progress you're making, Truth, in such a short amount of time. It's truly inspiring. I love it, Tony. I love it. Thank you for all the inspiration today. Exactly, Kate. Two main keys for a reason. Two main keys for a reason, man. You got to be living your life, of course. Now, we don't mean you got to climb a mountain, but just get back to a routine. Just get back into your day. Don't let anxiety stop you, right? And what is our other of the two main keys? Stop fighting with the thoughts and feelings. You can't keep working yourself up over the thoughts and feelings mentally with the negative resistant inner voice, right? And expect something. So two main keys for a reason. That accepting inner voice, live your life. Glad you pointed that out. No problem, Wonder Bro. All love. Just live, everyone. Absolutely. You can't wait until you feel better to live your life, but you have to live, feel better. Absolutely. What's up, Sky? There are days where I feel totally normal. Welcome to anxiety. Welcome to the same anxiety that everybody in the chat feels, right? That's what we call ups and downs. Those fear pathways do not decide to pop off every single day. They might at first, but you will get to a point where there are days where you feel normal, right? Your pathways may not decide to pop off on some days, and that's exactly what we spoke about today. So you might be over there thinking, oh, I'm a special case, but welcome to literally how anxiety works for everyone on the planet. And that, that was really our core message for today. If you're triggered and anxiety's deciding to pop off, do the work. Accepting inner voice, live your life. If you're not triggered, enjoy it. But don't look at past, don't look at future, don't start breaking out these statistics. It's not needed. Either you're triggered and it's time to put in the work, or you're not triggered and enjoy it. Hey, what's up, Dwayne? Hope you enjoy it, dude. Yep, we're just chilling over here, Sky. Again, I appreciate you, Tony, for all the inspiration. Hey man, I'll be completely honest because I want to see progress, right? I'll be completely honest, Ivan. I've noticed, you've been a regular here for some time, and my honesty is just out of genuine love and concern. I noticed that there's never really been an accepting inner voice from you. It's always been obsession, 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 right? And there's nothing wrong with asking questions, but I'm just trying to point this out to you. Why not starting today instead of saying, oh, anxiety always waits for me to let my guard down, and I wonder, do people experience this problem? Why not starting today we actually do the work? Why not starting today we say, okay, I feel the way I feel, I'm going to see it right through. Why not starting today we say, Anxiety, you start to think to yourself, okay, anxiety waits for me to let my guard down. Why don't we turn that into, if anxiety wants to be present today, it can. Why don't we actually start to work on this accepting inner voice? Why not right now? And I'm not saying you haven't made progress, because you absolutely have. I'm just saying, why not turn it up another notch and let's get this thing rolling, right? You start now and there's no looking back. You start now and we can get going. And again, like I said, I'm not saying you haven't made progress. You absolutely have made progress. I've noticed that myself. But I'm just saying, why not turn it up a notch and let's really get dedicated? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you've made no progress, but I am saying let's really get on board with the message here. That's what I want for you. What's up, Jay? Welcome. I love it, Kate. I love it. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Anxiety equals opportunity. But I mean, you gotta make that choice, It's a choice you gotta make. If you keep talking down on yourself, if you keep obsessing, if you keep worrying, but you're not practicing the accepting inner voice, if you're right now in this moment anxious, but you're not telling yourself something like, hey, I can take this. I can handle this hit. We're going to make the most of today. If you're not talking yourself up like that, and instead you're just letting the worry go, you're just right along with the worry. We need to change that. We need to work on that. Starting now, man, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Now. And don't, another mistake people make, don't give yourself, don't talk yourself up with the acceptance and then say to yourself, oh God, but it's not going away. Because then you're just going through this revolving door. You're just going right back into the worry. No, we want to keep you on board with the accepting little inner voice, the accepting little reminders, and then live your life, right? We want to try to get momentum going in that way. We're not trying to do that for 2 seconds and then we're going right back to the worry. That's not what we're trying to accomplish. Working on the anxious thoughts? Absolutely. Well, the thoughts, we talked about this the other day. The biggest false belief about the thoughts, and even the feelings too, is that they won't leave you alone or you won't have relief unless you figure them out. But that's a lie. You start trying to figure them out, you start doing the worry, you just feel worse. So we've got to get you to the point where you can see these thoughts through, and you'll see that they lose power on their own if you just keep that accepting inner voice and let that storm ride, right? So that's what we've got to get you to prove to yourself. It's a practice, guys. It's a practice. It is absolutely a practice. If you don't wanna change, I'll yell at you until you do. Stop being so fucking stubborn. Listen to me for once and do it. I can help you out. 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 Yep, don't be looking for those instant results, man. Just keep the accepting inner voice. Don't look for the results. Just keep the accepting inner voice. The results will come, but if you use the accepting inner voice and then go back to, oh God this, oh God that, then we're just going in and out. No, no, no. That's not what we're doing. We're keeping the accepting inner voice regardless. Well, they can seem like they're yelling at you, Jay, definitely, because they're trying to get a reaction out of you. Anxiety's trying to get you to worry, so of course it's going to seem like they're yelling at you, right? But that's the thing. Stick with it. Ride the storm out. Don't try to get up there and stop the storm, because you're just going to be throwing gas on the fire and then cycle, right? Keep that accepting inner voice. Ride that storm out. See it right through. That's why Dr. Claire Weeks said that, guys. She said that for a reason. See it right through. Think about what that means for a second. It means if you got a thought that's yelling at you, right, it wants you to get worried. You got a feeling, wants you to get worried, but you're keeping that accepting inner voice. That's exactly what it means to see it right through. You're not trying to get involved. We know that the involvement is just the cycle. It's just the cycle. It sends the wrong message to the brain. Jonathan, thank you so much for the $5 tip, dude. I appreciate you. We're going to get to that 86-day streak. I can feel it, man. We're going to get there. Thank you so much. Show some love in the chat, guys. You're aware, so now you can work on it, Sky. Accepting inner voice instead. Absolutely, Eclipse. It seems like you're working on the right attitude. Instead of following so many thoughts down the rabbit hole, Sky, we can replace that with the accepting inner voice and leave them alone. Yeah, exactly, Sean, exactly. And they will stop triggering you if you stick with it. This gravity. Started with a thought. Started with some sort of rabbit hole, and then here's the thing, though. It didn't just. It might have started there, right? Like that's one way you can word it, but it definitely led to just going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Bad habit, bad habit, bad habit, bad habit, right? Jonathan, man. Jonathan again with the $20 tip this time. Tip note says, hold on, let me pull the full message up. Unlock. Full message says, we got to hit that tip goal. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you. Thank you. We are moving on to an 86-day streak, guys. 86-day streak. I appreciate it, seriously. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's show some love in the chat, guys. Show some love. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Good stream today, man. Good stream today, guys. You're all on the right track, man. We gotta get you to keep practicing. We're about an hour 10 into this. We got to get our song prepped and ready to roll, man. Thank you for the 86-day streak, guys. I think we're on the same playlist that our song is on, actually. Also, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I don't know who that was, but thank you for the follow on Twitch. I don't really get followers on Twitch. We don't do much over there, but I appreciate it. Nonetheless, I appreciate it. All the ones you have done lately. Hey, I appreciate that, Truth. Thank you. Thank you, Truth. It's been a good one today, man. Good one today. I'm happy with it. All right, who's ready for our song? Who's ready for our song, chat? Our catchy ass song that has nothing to do with anything that we talk about here, but it's catchy as fuck, so we love it. Who's ready? All right, let's see here. We got it. All right, guys, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I know I sound like lack of energy at this point. Can you guys still hear me? Okay, there we go. I was about to say, what the fuck, dude? Why at the end of the stream would you do that again? But I think we're still here. Oh, man. We dropped for a second there, but hopefully you guys are still here. I don't know what's up with the internet here lately, but midway through the stream, losing my energy, man. Losing my energy, but I think we said everything we want to say today. It was a good stream, guys. Thank you so much for everything. Hopefully you're still here, and we're going to get our song going. Thank you, guys. Leave a thumbs up, man, if you enjoyed today's stream. And like we always say, make sure you use the information that you're gaining, all right? That's the important part. So until next time, guys, I'll see you very soon. I love you. Stay awesome.
I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Die. Wait. Die. Wait. Die. Whatever you want, I'll be whatever you want. Just tell me you love me or not, whatever it costs. I know I'm talking a lot, there's something I gotta get off. Don't wanna be this no more, I don't wanna drink no more. Always gotta do the most, thinking that I'm insecure. Really should've listened more, but I don't, of course. I'm an asshole, I'm a good guy, I'm your best friend, I'm the worst type. Tell you everything that you heard, right? Just so I can fuck on the first night. Feel like I'm losing hope, running from coast to coast. I don't know where to go, this all I've ever known. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? Wait. Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold
think I'm perfect, I know I'm not. My mama be worried, I told her stop. They know I did drugs and think that I'm off. Little do they know I never could stop. My manager hate when I'm pulling up late. Back on my bullshit, she think it's a phase. I got relations I gotta maintain. I'm two different people, my side and my main. Yeah, I'm sober, I'm an addict, I'm a low life, I got habits, but I refuse to be average. Really so tired of acting. Don't know what I miss no more. Too bad you don't hit me more. I'm bad when I get too bored. Careful what you wishing for.
I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die.
No, did it die?